What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of LEGO Marvel Superheroes for the PS3. Of course, I've already sorted out a SuperAJStylesNick video on the Rap Offline channel on his channel today. Of course, I still need to do the 4th of July video, which I will sort that out after episode 5. Well, I mean, I do have to sort out what SmackDown and Money in the Bank. But I think, honestly, I will sort out the 4th of July special verse, because, of course, I'm still working on it. And I've not gotten around to it yet. I would like to hope we can actually get around to it. I gotta keep being pushed back at doing it. At doing the 4th of July video. And of course, later I have to work on a Raw SmackDown match card. I mean, a SmackDown and Money in the Bank match card. Money in the Bank about what is the rest of the things that's going on Saturday night. Other than the 4 big matches, which is 2 ladder matches. The #1 contenders match between John Cena and AJ Styles. And then, of course, the triple threat match for the WWE Championship. And of course, a lot of big action that is going on at Money in the Bank this Saturday. And of course, we will have a big match between Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton. Because that is, without a shadow of a doubt, probably one of the biggest matches of the year. Well, Io Sky and Stephanie McMahon for the Women's World Championship. And I think they're gonna tear the house down. But because people would say that this has 5 main events. Both ladder, well, actually, yeah, 5 main events. Both ladder matches. Stephanie McMahon, Io Sky for the WWE, for the Women's World Championship. The triple threat match for the WWE Championship, and then the #1 contenders match. And of course, I do have confirmation that Sami Zayn will be on the Saturday Night Main Event show on July in 2 weeks. The question is, who will he be facing at the show? We don't have confirmation yet. Of course, we will have to find out when he returns to Monday Night Raw, as of course that will take place on the Raw after Money in the Bank, as he will be back on the red brand for the first time since King and Queen of the Ring, where, of course, he retained his World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns. And of course, what will happen when Sami defends the title against whoever wins the #1 contenders match this Saturday in either AJ Styles or John Cena. And of course, I know people are getting bored of seeing these two wrestle because it's probably going to be the same shit we saw in their matches last year when they were battling it out for not only the Clash at the Castle title opportunity at ECW One Night Stand, and 2 matches prior to One Night Stand, which was the match on the SmackDown the following week after they lost the failures in the Gauntlet match that had Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, and Braun Breaker, when Braun Breaker won the Fatal 5-Way match. And then of course, that match at the 2K24 Payback event. And then of course, they had more matches afterwards. And more interactions. And of course, they had interaction when Cena was on the quest to Money in the Bank. Of course, the ladder match he competed in that also had Kevin Owens, Carmelo Hayes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Braun Breaker. And you can tell this year's Money in the Bank lineup is probably filled with undercard talents more so than main event guys. As that is probably the most undercard talents they have in the ladder match. Alright, guys. So back to what I was saying. You compare this year's Money in the Bank ladder match for the men's side and compare it to the last 3 ladder matches. The last 3 men's Money in the Bank ladder match. 2K22, 2K23, and 2K24. In 2K22, you had Braun Breaker, Drew McIntyre, Giovanni Vinci, Roman Reigns, Carmelo Hayes, and AJ Styles. Then we come to this year. Then we come to the following year. You had AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Braun Breaker, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, and Tommaso Ciampa. Then last year, you had Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Carmelo Hayes, Roman Reigns, John Cena, and Braun Breaker. Now we come to this year. We have Damian Priest, Aleister Black, Rusev, Ricky Saints, LA Knight, and Ilya Dragunov. has that is a stacked lineup for the undercard scene heading into the Money in the Bank ladder match. And of course, this could be for some, as of course, this could of course give us what could come within the next couple of months. As of course, people have been saying that is Priest gonna win the ladder match, considering he's been involved with some main event scene. That of course he's pretty much in Raw's main event scene, and he's been that way since he left the Judgment Day. And because Hell and Rhea is not a real team, because people are asking, is there such thing as the Terror Twins in Universe mode? No, and because they were both separated from the Judgment Day. And of course, who do we got winning this year? Will it be Rusev, Aleister Black, LA Knight, Damian Priest, Ricky Saints, or Ilya Dragunov? I'm going to have to wait till this Saturday, because this creates a lot of intriguement going into this Saturday. Of course, really need a better time structure for sorting out my issue about Rappel Flying in Universe mode and other things. But nonetheless, and then of course, we get to the world title matches. The difference between the world title matches at the last 3 Money in the Bank compared to this year, well, even though we don't have a World Heavyweight Championship match on the show, I'm talking about the main event matches for Raw and SmackDown. And of course, it is pretty much the same thing the same thing we saw. Oh, cutscene time. Alright guys, we're back. So of course, back to what I was saying about Money in the Bank. Of course, this year's Money in the Bank, as far as the main event matches for Raw and SmackDown, of course, it is the same thing we saw at the 2K23 event. When 2K23, we had a WWE Championship match, while Raw's main event match was CM Punk versus Gunther in a Universal Championship #1 contenders match. Well, of course, this was before it was rebranded to the World Heavyweight Championship match, when Brock Lesnar returned, and he then replaced the Universal Championship with the World Heavyweight Championship. And then of course that main event with Roman and Cody. I mean, with Cena and Cody saw the return of Roman Reigns. Of course, starting up the build to the final battle between Cody and Roman, that would of course end at Night of Champions. Night. But anyways, I don't know what I was saying. Just saying weird things. Anyways, so of course this year does have the same feel. Of course, the triple threat deal has been going on since King and Queen of the Ring, when CM Punk returned after a little hiatus he took after his loss to Gunther in the King of the Ring tournament, to attack Randy Orton, who of course Punk still has not gotten his rematch for the WWE Championship after he lost the title to Randy Orton at Backlash. And then Seth Rollins was frustrated that he was robbed out of a WWE title win because Punk wants his title back. So then on SmackDown, the following SmackDown, Booker T made the triple threat thing, the Punk Orton Rollins deal, a triple threat match for Money in the Bank. Then we go to Raw's main event scene, where it's John Cena versus AJ Styles. Winner faces Sami Zayn at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Adam Pearce announced on the Raw after King and Queen of the Ring, Sami is having the night off at Money in the Bank, and his SummerSlam opponent will be determined at Money in the Bank. So of course, we saw 2 triple threat matches. One of them that happened on that same Monday Night Raw, while the other took place the following week. Well, of course, on that Raw, when Adam Pearce made the announcement that Sami Zayn is not going to be at King and Queen of the Ring, AJ Styles, of course, went through Bronson Reed and Austin Theory in the triple threat match. And then, of course, the following week, John Cena got the best out of Drew McIntyre and Sheamus in the triple threat match. Now, of course, I know people are getting bored of Cena and Styles because they've been wrestling each other every year. Because they wrestled at the 2K22 WrestleMania event. I believe they only had one match in 2023. Well, actually, I believe they also wrestled on main event when Cena was feuding with Cody Rhodes, while Styles was feuding with Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, and Cena was feuding with Cody for the WWE Championship. So then we go to comparing it to the last 3 Money in the Bank main events. In 2K22, you had Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. On SmackDown's main event, you had John Cena, who was the WWE Champion, Randy Orton, and Bobby Lashley. Then go to the 2K23 event. You had CM Punk Gunther in the number 1 contenders main event. I mean, in the number 1 contenders match. But Lesnar's Universal Championship opportunity at SummerSlam. And then you had Cena Cody in the main event for the WWE Championship. Then we take a look at last year's main event. You had Cody and Finn for the WWE Championship, which consisted of an AJ post-match attack to setting his eyes clear that he wants Cody's title, which of course would lead to a SummerSlam match between the two. Then of course the main event, when Randy Orton wrestled The Undertaker for the World Heavyweight Championship, because reuniting the feud they had that of course started at the end of 2023. Then of course this would lead to a match between the two. I believe it was at the Day 1 Raw event back at the beginning of 2024. And of course they would reunite that feud for the World Heavyweight Championship, where Orton retained. Now, of course, the 2 SummerSlam matches we have right now. Now, of course, for the SummerSlam main event, of course, it's going to be interesting about what will the main event be. Regardless of what happens this Saturday with Styles Cena. Of course, we already know SmackDown's main event, which is Randy Orton to CM Punk or Seth Rollins, whoever the WWE Champion will be after this Saturday, versus the King of the Ring winner, Cody Rhodes. And also, I cannot believe the WWE actually got my winners correct. I cannot believe the WWE got my winners from Universe Mode and they incorporated it to real life. And because Cody and Jade both won my King and Queen of the Ring tournaments, WWE had them win their King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. And now they're getting a title opportunity at SummerSlam. Anyways, we got the first level completed, and yes, I did get the DLC. I believe it was using a code that I had in the case. And for shits and giggles, I might do another level. And then we can end it for the first episode. And I think I'll do that. Alright guys, I'm back. And we got Captain America. And Mr. Fantastic. Of course, I'm going to run down what is going on the next episode of SmackDown. Well, we're at it, as of course, we do have CM Punk versus Ethan Page. Well, of course, this match alongside the main event, which is Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Or should I say Finn Balor? Even though I still name him Finn Balor in my universe mode. Anyways, we'll talk about that when we get to the main event. Then, of course, you have a triple threat match involving 3 participants in the SmackDown participants in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match on Saturday. Bayley, Nikki Cross, and Bianca Belair. We got Montez Ford versus Kofi Kingston. Liv Morgan versus Lola Vice, however you pronounce the name. And then, of course, the main event, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. And, of course, the stipulation in that match alongside the CM Punk Ethan Page match. If either Seth Rollins, CM Punk, or both loses, then they will be replaced in the WWE Championship match this Saturday at Money in the Bank. And of course, this is a tough challenge for both guys, considering that Punk wants his WWE title back, but Seth Rollins does not want to see Punk as champion again. And because you can tell, they are both badly bruised from the steel cage match last week, when CM Punk got the best out of Seth Rollins. But of course, you can tell in Seth's vision, he's not done with Punk yet. And he's looking to try and make him not walk out of Money in the Bank as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Because this creates a lot of intriguing scenarios. As of course, Cody will still have his SummerSlam title match. And of course, that beatdown on SmackDown was just a way for Orton to send the message to Seth Rollins. To Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Alright guys, I'm back we're now in level 2. Because how long till we get that temperature error problem? To the point I might have to, because I would like to hope we could get, I think it would probably be 6 levels if we do not do a 2 level in one video, for the next 4 episodes after this. And of course, this is mainly probably for an agenda, because I really need to figure out, because I kind of want to start doing the Lego Wii games on Monday. Which the idea here would probably do 6 more after this. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough time, because then I have to work on a 4th of July video for the SuperAJStylesNick channel. Of course, I've also thought about Friday game night this week. And of course, I actually had one game in mind, and that is Lego Jurassic World. But because I tried to update that game last night, and because I need to do some testings on that game alongside Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego Marvel Avengers to see do they have that problem Lego Batman 3 is suffering. And that is scratch disk. A cutoff scene. Wonderful. The moment I did not anticipate for. And of course, I'm going to recap about what happened on Raw, which was supposed to be out on Monday, but I didn't have enough, but I was running out of time to get it out. Of course, Stephanie Vaquer gets the best out of Roxanne Perez. Is days before her title defense against Io Sky. Because a lot of big stuff to come. And then of course, Becky Lynch gets the best out of Nia Jax. Trick Williams gets the best out of Andre Chase, as people are upset about 50-50 booking, as we don't know where we're going here. Is this probably going to lead to a stipulation match when the next time these two wrestle for a possible shot at the Intercontinental Championship? Because right now, we don't know what is going on with Braun Breaker going into SummerSlam. because we all know he's going to be at the show. But who will he be defending the title against, considering he has not defended that championship since King and Queen of the Ring, where he beat Bronson Reed and Rey Mysterio in a good triple threat match. And of course, we don't know what, and of course we all know that we're going to have a no-holds-barred match at Saturday Night Main Event and on July 19th between Selena Vega and Kiana James. Of course, where they must be a winner. Of course, that comes after their DQ finish on Raw a few weeks ago. When the match went into a DQ. And of course, we're going to have another match. But this time, we need to get a winner. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, we're back. Of course, really need to book a good schedule because I have other series to finish up. I have Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 to finish up. Here we go. Time for trouble. We got trouble ahead of us. Well, that was shit. I believe this is for the free play. As we got Deadpool. I think it's time to get into Fantastic Four. Even though all we're doing right now is just pick up some studs for the next True Believers. And of course the game we're going to be doing afterwards will be our final PS3 game. And at least until we can figure out how can we get LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars working. I think the only option is we're going to have to get a new copy of the game that is in nice condition. Because right now, as things stand, I would have to assume. I'm trying to figure out how could things go going forward. Because in LEGO Star Wars, when we get to LEGO Star Wars 3 on the Wii U, we're going to be doing the bonus mission. I believe they could be done after we complete story mode. I believe that's how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be the way to go. Alright, we're nearly there. Oh, Captain America, it's your job now. I believe we got Spider-Man coming up. Then we got to go to the Times Square, to New York. I believe it's at the Times Square Garden. Hide all you want, you monkey. What are you doing? Would you want me to die? Nah, I'm not dying. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. Although we need to get you up. So I guess the celebration stops right there, unfortunately. And of course, this game, of course you can talk about the nostalgic. But knowing we have a big problem, and it's in the wastes. I mean, the wastes we have. I would say the hardest one is the one on the rooftop. Yeah, I got hit. Just to take away a minute of my time that I will never get back to. Come on, eliminate them. Alright, so I really don't know what was... Okay, so I believe we're supposed to do this. Now I believe this transfers into a cutscene. I believe it's about to do. Actually, not yet. Well, actually, I think this could be the moment. Alright guys, we're back. Spider-Man do your job. Well, obviously, I'm gonna do that. So we need Mr. Fantastic. Alright, here we go. I think this is now time for a cutscene. Alright guys, back. Captain America. Well, that was shit. Now we gotta wait for him to make his next possible maneuver. I mean, it could be a good thing, considering we can get more studs while we're waiting. Of course, to see what we can get after 3 plays over. When we start doing some grinding. So I believe you're gonna need the main guy in Captain America, like we expected. A cutoff scene. Yeah. King Kong. Uh-oh. Not the way I wanted it. Captain America, pivot. This is supposed to be your time to get some studs. Okay. Hurry up. It's time to strike. 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 It's kingdom. I know, punk. Yeah. I want to pick up a stud. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, oh, not yet. Alright, so Times Square off is done. The new character we get is Dr. Octopus. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Herbie. I don't know how you pronounce that robot's name as well. Nonetheless, level completed. The total after this episode is 590,180,000. That's a very good amount there for a first episode, and that will lure us to our 4th gold brick. Thanks for watching episode 1, and I will see you all later. for episode for the next 4 episodes. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye.